Sheryl was replaced. They fired her. They kicked her off the game because it's Caitlyn Clark.
A few months ago, Sheryl Swoopes was out here talking like she had a crystal ball, predicting that Indiana Fever was a dead end, that nobody wanted to play there, and that Caitlyn Clark, Indiana just pulled off one of the biggest moves in WNBA free agency history. Big names, huge talent, game changers. And Sheryl? She's been real quiet. You ever see somebody disappear after talking all that talk? That's exactly what's happening right now. Fever just sent a message to the entire WNBA, and trust me, it's loud. So let's break it all down. How did Indiana flip the script? Why did players choose to sign with the Fever? And most importantly, how did Sheryl Swoopes end up looking this wrong? But before we jump into the good stuff, take a quick second to like this video and subscribe to the channel. By joining our crew, you'll always be in the loop with the latest WNBA updates, expert takes, and breakdowns of big moves just like this. Don't miss out, we've got every angle covered. So hit that like button, subscribe, and let's dive right in. First off, let's talk about Indiana's free agency masterclass. Indiana Fever just took free agency and flipped it on its head. They went shopping like they had unlimited money in a video game. You know when your team in franchise mode signs every top free agent and you start feeling guilty for building a super team? Yeah, that's what just happened. Here's who they landed. Natasha Howard, a champion, defensive beast, and versatile scorer. DeWanna Bonner, a 6'4" walking bucket and veteran who can do it all. Sophie Cunningham, bringing energy, swag, trash talk. Didn't Sheryl Swoopes say this would never happen? Let's rewind a bit and really look at what went down. A few months ago, Sheryl Swoopes sat on a podcast, fully convinced that Indiana Fever was doomed. She didn't just speculate, she straight up declared that no serious free agent would touch Indiana with a 10-foot pole. She went on about locker room drama, a supposedly toxic culture, and how players were avoiding the Fever like they had a losing curse. She said it with so much confidence, like she had the final word on the matter.
There's a lot of other shit going on that players are like, this ain't where I want to be.
Over there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But here's the thing, reality just hit her like a freight train. Because now, Indiana Fever isn't just signing players, they're attracting top-tier talent like it's a championship-winning destination. Natasha Howard? Signed. DeWanna Bonner? Signed. Sophie Cunningham? Signed. Even Sydney Colson, one of A'ja Wilson's closest friends, made the move. These aren't just decent pickups, these are game-changing acquisitions. And the best part, it's happening right in front of Swoopes' eyes.
And by the way, every single narrative about the Fever, it's like whatever about them signing Sophie Cunningham, who they don't like. They love DeWanna Bonner.
If you told her a few months ago that elite free agents would be lining up to play for Indiana, she probably would have laughed. But the truth is, she misread the situation badly. The real reason behind all of this, Caitlyn Clark.
Like, no, but players who will be free agents next year, there's a lot of other shit going on that players are like, this ain't where I want to be.
She isn't just another rookie trying to make a name for herself. She's a game changer. Her impact isn't just about numbers on a stat sheet, although those are jaw-dropping too. It's about momentum. It's about influence. It's about taking the WNBA to a whole new level. When Sydney Colson was asked why she chose Indiana, she gave it to us straight. Kelsey Mitchell played a big role in her decision, but also, she heard nothing but great things about Caitlyn Clark from her Aces teammate, Kate Martin. That's right, players are coming to Indiana because of Clark's reputation as a competitor, a leader, and a floor general who makes everyone around her better. This is what would struggle for years before making an impact. Years? Really?
Would you consider each of those 3 seasons as dominant seasons for yourself?
No.
I can't. Sheryl Swoopes is willing to lie about her own career.
Caitlyn's out here putting up 40 points like it's a casual cardio session. She's leading the league in assists like she's been in the WNBA for a decade. She's selling out arenas in every city she plays and bringing in record-breaking ticket sales, boosting TV ratings, and getting people talking about the WNBA like never before. And now, players aren't just noticing, they're actively choosing to play alongside her. Free agents aren't avoiding Indiana anymore. They're flocking to it, knowing that playing with Clark means being part of something historic. And let's not forget Clark's not even in her prime yet. Imagine what she's going to be doing in 3 to 5 years. That's scary. The Indiana Fever's projected starting 5 is stacked with talent. Next to her in the backcourt is Kelsey Mitchell, a certified bucket getter and one of the best pure shooters in the game. If she gets hot, defenses are in serious trouble. Holding down the small forward spot is Dewana Bonner, a veteran who does it all. She's a clutch performer, a defensive powerhouse, and the kind of leader every championship team needs. Bonner brings playoff experience, and Howard brings toughness, defense, and big game experience. She's a rebounding machine and a defensive menace, always ready to do the dirty work to help her team win.
It's going to be Caitlyn Clark flash show. So it's going to be phenomenal playing with a point guard, like you said, that have a good vision.
And in the paint, Aaliyah Boston is the future of the league. She's dominant down low, a defensive anchor, and has all the tools to be a future Hall of Famer. With her size, skill, and basketball IQ, she's set to be one of the best centers in the game for years to come. This team isn't just good, they're dangerous. They have chemistry, talent, and the hunger to win. The Indiana Fever is no longer just a young team trying to build for the future. They're ready to compete right now. And trust me, the rest of the WNBA, it's totally free, super simple, and helps us keep bringing you more awesome content, especially if you love the WNBA. Whether it's game highlights, player spotlights, or behind-the-scenes moments, we've got you covered. Plus, by following, you'll never miss a beat when it comes to your favorite teams and players. Go on, tap that follow now. All right, let's jump back in. With all this happening, where is Sheryl Swoopes? Nowhere to be found. Silent. Amaya. It's almost like she packed her bags and took an extended vacation from reality. Let's be real, when the receipts come in and expose your takes as flat out wrong, it's tough to show face. There was even a game where the commentators started hyping up Caitlyn Clark's mind-blowing performances. And guess what? Swoopes sat there in complete silence for a full minute. Not a word. No acknowledgement. Just pure, awkward quiet. Caitlyn Clark may be the centerpiece, but this is about more than contender. Now, they're one of the most talked about teams in the league, with a young core that's already proving its worth and veteran stars eager to chase rings. The Fever is putting the WNBA on notice. And make no mistake, this is only the beginning. The Fever's front office has been cooking. While other teams are stuck in neutral, trying to figure out their next move, Indiana's already miles ahead, building a dynasty from the ground up. They're not just signing good players. They're assembling a roster that could own the league for years to come. This isn't luck, this is strategy, vision, and execution coming together in the best way possible. And for those still doubting Caitlyn Clark, I got some advice: get comfortable. Because this is just the beginning. She's only scratching the surface of her potential. And as she grows into the league, so will the Fever. The excuses, the shifting narratives, the desperate attempts to downplay her impact, it's all going to be comedy gold. But no matter how loud the critics get, the results will speak for themselves. And if Sheryl Swoopes still refuses to say Caitlyn's name, well, that silence is going to be deafening. Because at some point, when the wins keep piling up and the trophies start rolling in, even the biggest doubters will have no choice but to acknowledge the greatness unfolding before their eyes. The Indiana Fever aren't just here to participate, they're here to dominate. They're here to change the game. And if you're not on board yet, you might want to move aside, because this train isn't stopping. And there you have it, folks. The Indiana Fever just flipped the WNBA on its head. And Sheryl Swoopes? Well, let's just say that silence is loud. Caitlyn Clark and the squad are building something special, and the haters, they're just going to have to deal with it. But I want to hear from you. Did this free agency prove that Indiana is the next WNBA powerhouse? Who do you think is still sleeping on Caitlyn Clark? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I'm reading every single one. And before you bounce, hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss a single update. We're breaking down every move, every game, and every hot take in the WNBA. That's it for now. Stay tuned, stay hyped, and I'll catch y'all in the next one.